What's up, Broncos country? You won't believe what Sean Payton hid from the media all week long. While all the ESPN analysts were speculating about the Denver Broncos' chances against the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday Night Football, the coach was keeping 3 injury secrets that would completely change our perception of this team. And today, finally, the truth came out in a way nobody expected. If you follow the Denver Broncos like I do, a mile-high fanatic since I can remember, you know that injuries can destroy an entire season. But what we discovered today isn't about destruction. It's about rebirth. It's about hope returning to Broncos country in a way we haven't seen in years. The first secret? Evan Ingram is back, but not in the way you imagine. This wasn't just a regular return to practice. It was a resurrection. Team insiders told me that Payton used the word bonus 3 times during the press conference, and each use revealed a different layer of the secret strategy he'd been building for weeks. All weekend long, rumors were circulating about Ingram returning to practice. But what nobody knew is that Payton had planned this return with surgical precision. It wasn't a coincidence that this happened exactly before the Cincinnati matchup. It was pure strategy, cold-blooded football thinking from the best coach who ever stepped foot in Mile High. You need to understand one thing about back injuries in tight ends. They can end any player's career. But when I saw Ingram flying around the practice field today, I wasn't just seeing an athlete recovering. I was seeing the missing piece in the Denver Broncos' 2025 offensive puzzle. The difference between our production with Ingram and without him is bigger than any other positional drop-off in our current roster. Remember what this guy did in one single play during the preseason? He managed a quarter of all the tight end production we had the entire previous year with Jared Stidham. One play, imagine what he can do in games that actually matter against defenses that are overloading our attack with zone coverage. But wait, because the second secret will blow your mind. J.K. Dobbins isn't just having a good season, he's rewriting the Denver Broncos record books in ways that even Sean Payton didn't expect. And here's the bombshell nobody told you. He's officially the first NFL running back in explosive run rate. Let me translate that for you in terms any fan understands. If you give the ball to Dobbins 10 times, he's going to explode for more than 10 yards at least once or twice out of those times. That's pure insanity in the modern football world, where defenses are faster and more aggressive than ever. In just 3 games, Dobbins already has just 1 fewer touchdown than Javonte Williams had the entire previous season. That's right, in a fraction of the time, he's almost matching a full year's production. And there's more. He's accumulated almost half the yards that Javonte managed in the entire 2024 season, playing less than a quarter of the snaps. But here comes the insight that gets me most excited about the future. Payton is being smart with his usage. He's not overloading Dobbins like other coaches would. He's preserving our diamond for when we really need him, especially knowing the injury history he carries. Brandon Perna and other analysts keep questioning why he only gets 11 carries per game. The answer is simple. Sean Payton learned from past mistakes. He knows that having Dobbins healthy in January is worth much more than burning him out in September. It's chess, not checkers. And now comes the third secret, the most impressive of all. Our defense isn't just good. It's historically dominant, and the numbers that just came out prove this irrefutably. Denver Broncos is pressuring opposing quarterbacks on 44% of dropbacks. To give you a sense of what this means, we're only 4.9% behind the Minnesota Vikings, who lead the league. But here's the detail that makes all the difference. We've faced much superior offensive lines than Minnesota has faced. Colts, Chargers, these are million-dollar offensive lines built to withstand pressure, while Minnesota had the luxury of facing Cincinnati with a destroyed line and Chicago in deplorable condition. And even so, we're almost tied with them in pressure generated. Nick Bonitto is going to have a field day against Cincinnati on Monday. The stat that drives me crazy, the Bengals' left tackle is giving up pressure on 17% of plays. 17%! It's like taking candy from a baby. Vance Joseph is going to exploit this to the limit. You can bet on it. Our pressure-to-sack conversion rate is among the best in the league, and we're not doing this by sending blitzes all the time. We're pressuring with 4 guys, leaving 7 in coverage. It's the highest quality football, the kind that wins playoff games. But there's a statistical detail that's bothering me. We're using wide receiver motion only 15% of the time. The second worst team in the league is still 7 percentage points above us. The league average is double what we do. Why does this matter? Because defenses have figured out they can cover us with pure zone, and motion is the key to breaking zone coverage. Bo Nix is seeing man coverage only 13% of the time. The rest is in zone. This explains some of the recent offensive struggles. But here's the thing. Nix is a student of the game, and Payton is one of the best quarterback teachers in history. They're going to figure out how to exploit this zone, and when they do, our offense is going to take off like an Elon Musk rocket. The offensive line analysis that came out today shows that Garrett Bullies is giving up pressure to only 4.7% of the pass rushers he faces. After all the years of hearing about holding penalties and inconsistency, seeing him become one of the statistically best left tackles in the league is like watching a redemption movie in real time. Mike McGlinchey and Quinn Meaners are below the league average in pressures allowed, at 5% and 7% respectively. Our only weakness? Ben Powers at left guard with 6.7%. But even that's manageable when you have a defense that's forcing turnovers and giving short field position to our offense. And here comes the perfect timing. We're 1-2. People are writing us off, but I see a team that lost 2 games in the final seconds with field goals. These aren't defeats that destroy morale. They're defeats that build character. They're defeats that make you stronger when October and November arrive. The Chargers and Colts, who defeated us by minimal margins, will be fighting with us for the division until December. And when the playoffs come, because yes, we're going to the playoffs, these games will have been fundamental to our preparation. Sean Payton kept these injury secrets because he knew timing was everything. Ingram returns just when we need a zone destroyer. Dobbins is preserved for the final stretch. Our defense is quietly dominating while everyone talks about more famous teams, Broncos country. Are you ready for this season to be different from all the ones we've lived through? Because I believe we're about to witness something special. And it all started with 3 secrets that Sean Payton finally let slip. Monday against Cincinnati isn't just another game. It's the moment when all these secrets transform into reality on national prime time. Ingram is going to show why zone defense doesn't work against tight ends who know how to find the soft spots. Dobbins is going to continue his historic campaign. Our defense is going to pressure Joe Burrow until he sees stars. And Bo Nix? He's going to take the next step in the evolution we all know is coming. Because when you have Sean Payton as a teacher and Mile High as home, there's no ceiling for what can happen. These secrets weren't secrets by accident. They were strategy. They were preparation. They were Sean Payton being Sean Payton, always 3 steps ahead of everyone else. The only question that remains is, are you ready to believe again? Because Broncos country is about to remember what it feels like to be a winner. If this video made your orange blood boil, share it with all the fans you know. Because Monday, everyone's going to know that the 2025 Denver Broncos aren't the team that lost 2 games. They're the team that was preparing to dominate the rest of the season. And as always, go Broncos.